The Sephora savings event is nearly upon us, so I thought I would go ahead and go through and talk about all of my recommendations from almost every category. There's no pressure to shop the sale, but honestly, I genuinely enjoy watching these videos to see what everyone's favorites are, and I feel really good about everything that I'm recommending in this video. I am going to show demos of almost everything with a few exceptions like the Complexion products and the skincare products. But for those, I'm still going to explain why those are such staple items for me. If you do happen to shop the sale using my links in the description box, just know that I really appreciate it. It's going to award my channel. Let's go ahead and get into it. First, I'm going to start with eyeshadow palettes. I have 3 recommendations. Starting off with the Industrial 2 palette, which will be available on October 31st. I will try my best not to linger on this too long because I actually have a whole dedicated video to this palette where I try on every single shade and do 2 looks. I waited such a long time for this palette to come back in stock, so I'm very happy to have it, and I got it full price, but being able to get it at a discount I think is a great thing if you've had it on your wish list. If you enjoy really special shimmers including iridescence, duochromes, and multichromes and like playing with textures, I do think this is a good palette. They also reformulated the palette so that the formulas are a little bit better than the previous version. This is definitely a spendy palette at $110, so it's definitely not one that I would recommend buying on impulse. If you're considering it, I do recommend watching some reviews. I'm happy I have it, and it's also a palette I can see myself traveling with. The next palette we have is McGrath's Gilded Nirvana. I think if you're into sparkly, glitzy shimmers and duochromes, this is a great option. It retails for, I think, $72. You get 12 shades. Most of them are shimmers. I think 2 are mattes. The packaging is stepped up from previous years. The pans are smaller. In my opinion, this simply is one of the best eyeshadow palettes that's at Sephora right now. And even though I've tried lots of indie palettes, I still really like this palette. I find the texture of the shimmers to be approachable. The looks I created with this palette were very glam. So if you had your eye on this palette or it was on your wish list, the sale I think would be a good time to pick it up. The only caveat I'm going to add to that is that if you do wait longer, like closer to Christmas, it's probably going to go on a deeper discount. The last palette I'm going to talk about is from Danessa Myricks. This is Lightworks VII. Again, I'm not going to spend too long on it because I have a dedicated video to it. I tried on every shimmer in the palette and I did 3 looks. I feel this is the best eyeshadow palette at Sephora right now. However, it is also the most expensive, or at least one of the most expensive. It's $128. You do get a lot of very special shimmers, including duochromes, multichromes, iridescent shadows, and you have 5 mattes in this palette, which is new from last year. I personally think that the shimmers in here are a step up compared to what we got from last year. And I think that is why the price point is the same. This is a palette for someone who really loves to have fun with their eyeshadow. If that's you or a loved one and you've really had your eye on this palette, I don't think that you're going to be disappointed. In my own personal experience, I felt the shimmers in here were less emollient than in previous years. So if that was something that you had a problem with before, I think that these are going to be better for you, but I'm also speaking from the standpoint of someone who doesn't get a lot of eyeshadow creasing. I have had quite a lot of fun creating looks with this palette, and it's one that I definitely see myself getting a lot of use out of this year. I also like that we get some very bright shades, but we also have some more neutral shades as well. The single shadows that I would really recommend for the Sephora sale are the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Sticks. I also did a ranking video on the sparkliest single shadows at Sephora. I'm going to link that in the cards. This product won that ranking. These Color Fix sticks come in little duos. I do feel like that can be seen as a drawback because if you don't like both shades in the duos, it kind of locks you in. However, if you do like both of the shades and you love very sparkly eyeshadow, these eyeshadow sticks are spectacular. You don't get fallout with them. They're so easy to use. They're incredibly high impact. And I'm very impressed because I've also tested out and tried a lot of eyeshadow sticks. These have come out on top for me again and again. So if it's high impact, high sparkle you're after, and you like eyeshadow sticks, you are not going to be disappointed. Okay, I've got a couple of blushes to talk about. The first is from Haus Labs. This is Glassy Clove. Now, these are pricey. They're $38, but I recommend these with my whole heart. I'm sure that you may have heard me talking about these before. This particular formula and shade is my most used blush of the entire year. They do have a slightly kind of glassy finish on the skin. I don't find that they look oily, but they're not matte. But the staying power on these is absolutely incredible. I'm talking like 10 plus hours. I love that they created new shades this year and especially leaned into some more brown toned blushes. I don't consider these bronzers at all. These to me are blushes, but ones that are more kind of brown toned. I'm swatching Glassy Cayenne here. I actually find the shade to be a little bit light on my skin tone. If you have a medium to deeper skin tone and you like this tone of blush, I think you're really going to like Glassy Clove. If you have a lighter skin tone, definitely make sure to check out some of the other shades. Okay, the next blush shade I'm going to mention is Creme Brulee from Danessa Myricks. What can I say? I've really been into brown blushes. I think they look so nice on such a wide range of skin tones, especially if you have medium to deeper complexions. This formula is really nice. It has this ingredient called Upsolite, which is supposed to really take into account oil control. And it's in a lot of Danessa Myricks products and part of why I think they are so beloved. Her cream products are really nice, they last well on the skin, and they have oil controlling properties. She also has a holiday blush kit that looks like it's a great value. Okay, I couldn't make this video and not talk about Fenty Gloss Bombs. It's my favorite gloss formula and there's been so many new beautiful shades to come out this year. The first shade I have to mention is Grape Splash. This one is so incredibly sparkly. It has kind of a reddish pink base and beautiful blue-purple sparkles throughout. It's a part of a holiday kit that also includes a lip liner, but I noticed that the price of the kit isn't that much more than the cost of the lip gloss by itself. I don't want to play into FOMO at all, but if you know that you really want this shade, I would recommend maybe trying to get it because I have a feeling that it's not going to be entering the permanent lineup. The other shade that's at Sephora and I've been absolutely nuts about is Rose Amber. This is a beautiful cool toned brown and it has silver leaning sparkles throughout. It is available as a lip oil as well, but I really prefer the OG Luminizer formula. And I want to say this is the only cool toned brown shade that Fenty has. The shade Hot Chocolate has a little bit more warmth to it. The other type of lip product that I want to mention in this video is lip balms. And I actually have a dedicated video that's coming focusing on lip balms, but I haven't made it yet. And I have 3 formulas I'm going to talk about in this video because I think they're the best. This is Topicals and it's a newer shade for them. I believe it's Papaya. I think this is a beautiful fall tone shade. I think by Sephora standards, the price of this is reasonable. It's $16. It's got some great pigment, some great lasting power, and honestly for me, this beats out some of the lip balms that are quite a bit more expensive. Next formula I'm going to talk about is from Edam. I feel like everyone's been talking about these recently and I held off on trying them for a little bit because I felt like they were always going in and out of stock. I was never able to get a shade that I was looking for, but I finally did and I could definitely see what the hype was about. These feel quite high end. I really like the metal applicator. They have some really great shades and they look nice on the lips. They last well. They make your lips feel nice and just kind of like the Topicals, it feels like you're wearing something that's more special than a lip balm. I don't know how to explain it. Last but not least, we have the lip balms from Ole Henderson. I first tried these last year and I gotta say I was absolutely blown away with the formula, especially the lasting power of these. These feel fantastic on your lips and they stay. Honestly, I feel like Ole Henderson has the best formula of all of the lip balms at Sephora in terms of formula, and Edam has the best shade range, and Topicals has both a good formula and the best price point. For highlighters, I have a couple of recommendations. The first is the Lowlighter formula from Danessa Myricks. As you can tell, I have a lot of favorites from Danessa Myricks. This formula is incredibly approachable. You can layer it on top of your blush or layer it underneath some of your complexion products if you want more of a lit from within type of effect. I don't find this formula to emphasize texture in any way, and I love the shades that are offered in this line. I feel like in general that's something you never have to worry about with Danessa Myricks is a great shade range. The other highlighter formula that I want to mention is from Haus Labs. This is the Glassy Highlight Balms. This is a formula I feel like is not talked about enough, and I actually feel the exact same way about their blushes. I think the Haus Labs cream products are so fantastic. They give you a dewy look to the skin, but they don't feel wet and they last really well. If that's an effect you like, then I think that you would enjoy these. I have 3 shades, but honestly, I don't think I needed the 3 that I picked up. I would have been good with maybe just 2 of them. A few of the shades are kind of similar. I personally didn't have any issues applying this over top of complexion products. If you were nervous about that, I would recommend just sort of like tapping it on with your finger or with a brush. Honestly, I haven't tried a product from Haus Labs that has really disappointed me up to this point. And you can see what a nice, beautiful, dewy look this gives to my skin. Okay, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about categories of makeup I don't often discuss, but I have really been using these products. The new Armani skin tint has really taken me by storm. I kind of hate how much I love this one because it's expensive. I want to say it's around $50. You get a beautiful medium coverage with it. It's very liquidy and it feels like you're not wearing any complexion at all. It's definitely a product I'm going to repurchase, and I'm probably going to pick up another bottle at the Sephora sale. Keep in mind though, I am not very adventurous with my base product routine, and I have a very difficult time with shade matches. The other foundation I want to mention is from Haus Labs. This is my Full Beat foundation. If I want that full coverage, but I don't want something that looks heavy on my skin, this is what I go for. The shade range really is fantastic. You can see that even with this one, it does look maybe ever so slightly orange, but it's not bad. And unfortunately, this is a problem that I have with almost all of my complexion products. For concealer, my top pick is from Haus Labs. It has a great shade range. I get a full coverage with it, but it doesn't look heavy or cakey on the skin. If I spot conceal with it, I know it's really going to do the job. And I don't find that it creases bad in my under eye. If you're looking for something that feels a little bit more lightweight than the Haus Labs and like a more liquidy texture, then I would recommend the concealer from Kulfi. It's a South Asian owned brand at Sephora, and I have had a really great success with a lot of their products. For skin prep, I have been using the Laneige Cream Skin Toner for over a year now. This is a near empty bottle that I'm about to refill, but I absolutely love this product. I just apply it directly from the bottle to my hands and onto my face. I don't like to lose any product on cotton swabs, and I have gotten my brother onto this product as well. Also from Laneige, we have their water sleeping mask. This is my night cream, and I absolutely love it because it doesn't feel heavy or oily or greasy on the skin. It absorbs right in, and it makes my skin feel so incredibly hydrated. I've repurchased it lots of times, and I've turned multiple family members onto this one. And here it is all rubbed into my skin. Okay, this was an unexpected favorite. I say that because I wasn't going to purchase this on my own. It was sent to me, and now that I have it, I can't live without it. This is the Merit Great Skin Cleanser, and I use it as my second step after I've gone in with some type of oil-based cleanser. And what I love about this one is I don't find it to be irritating at all to my eyes. I'm also someone who prefers rinsing off with warm water rather than rinsing off with a damp towel. And that's exactly how it's intended for you to use this product. Okay, I'm going to finish up with a couple of hair care items, starting with Divinus, the OI shampoo. This brand has only been at Sephora for about a year now, and my hairstylist let me know immediately when it was because I was already using it. I get highlights, and I'm very particular about what I use. I find this stuff to be better than Olaplex. It's great at preserving your color, and it doesn't strip your hair. And if it's good enough for my hairstylist, it's good enough for me. Last but not least, we have the K18 hair mask. This is a jumbo bottle because I absolutely love this stuff. I personally feel like my hair has been healthier since using this. And at this point, I've been using it for a couple of years, typically once a week after I shampoo and before I comb out my hair. All right, now that I've had a chance to go through everything, I really hope you found this video helpful. If only so that you could enjoy seeing a roundup video of a lot of my favorite products. If you're shopping the sale, I would love to hear in the comments what's on your wish list. Or of course, if you're planning to sit this one out. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.